Hello, everybody. It's Maxi again. Welcome to a new episode. I've once got asked that many Chinese kids seem to be good at math. Is there anything to do with the language? Actually, I do think so. In my opinion, thinking in Chinese makes a lot of things in math much easier, much more straightforward. And this episode is about why. And by the way, I've made an English subtitle for this video, just like all the videos before. I've put the Chinese characters and pinyin in it. So if you have any trouble understanding what I'm saying, remember to turn on the subtitle. Okay, I think the first advantage of Chinese in math is that all the numbers and the digits are very simple. Every digit is just one syllable, one character, and it sounds short. So in Mandarin, our 0 to 10 is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And unlike languages like English, the digits never change. When you say a digit, it always pronounces the same. Like 11 is 11, literally is 10-1, and 12 is 12, literally 10-2. And they also don't change when we talk about amount and order. We don't distinguish the cardinal and ordinal numbers. Like 1, 2, 3 are 1, 2, 3, and first, second, third are 第一, 第二, 第三. You just add the character D before a number, and we know it's talking about the order instead of the amount. And the place of a digit in a number, I mean like 10, 100, 1,000, are also very simple in Chinese. Like I've just said before, in Mandarin, 10 is 10, and then 100 is 百, 1,000 is 千, and we have a 10,000, and that's 1. And when we go to the higher numbers, we do repeat them like what English does. We have 10,000, 百万, 千万. Okay, this part may be a little bit tricky because the grouping we have for digits are different from English. I mean, in English, you group 3 digits together. You have 1, 10, 100, and then it becomes the 1,000. And then it's 1,000, 10,000, 100,000, and then it becomes a million, right? But we group 4 digits together. So it's 1, 10, 百, 千, and then it's 1. And then it's 1,000, 10,000, 百万, 千万, and then it's another. So traditionally, we group the digits by 4 in Chinese. But when we do math, when we write things like prices or other things, we go by the international standard for better communication. So we do write them as if grouped by 3. This saves troubles when we go internationally, but it actually makes the numbers harder for us to read. So when I read some large numbers, I need to move the comma first and then read the number. But anyway, my point here is that I think Chinese makes the decimal system very straightforward and easier to remember because every gadget, I mean the digit, the place are just one syllable, one character, and it's short, and the digits never change. So let me showcase some numbers like 47. In Mandarin, it's 47. Literally means 4 tens, 7. And then 1,923. In Mandarin, it's 1923. Literally means 1,900, 2 tens, 3. And then 3,452,442. In Mandarin, it's just 345,2442. So basically, you see the digit, you pronounce the digit, and you pronounce its place. That's how it works. And by the way we say the years are even easier than this. We just pronounce the digit. For example, in English, you can see years like 2035 and 2004, or you can say 2004. But in Mandarin, it's just 2035年, 2004年. Basically, I was just saying the year 2035, the year 2004. So if we go to a fictional remote future in the year 12045, for Chinese speakers, it would just be the year 12045, 1245年. Okay, the second advantage I think Chinese has in math is that the names for the calculations are also very easy and, in my opinion, very straightforwardly described. So for the 4 basic calculations, it's 加减乘除. All of them just 1 character, 1 syllable. Only the division needs you to think 1 more step when you try to describe it, because you need to deal with the direction of the division, right? So strictly, 3 divided by 2 should be 2除3. But we usually like to read it according to the order, so we say 3除以2. This is literally saying 3 divided by 2. So division is the only a little bit more complicated one. And then if we go beyond the basic calculations, the more complicated concepts and descriptions in English are usually also very straightforward in Chinese. Like in English, you have 2/3, right? When I first saw this without anybody teaching me what it means, I wouldn't have known it means 2/3. But in Chinese, it's very straightforward. In Mandarin, we say 三分之二, literally means 3 parts, 2 of them. And another example, in English, you can have 2 to the power of 3, right? Again, I need to be taught to know what this means in English. But in Chinese, we say 2的3次方. De is the s in English, the of, something of something. That's de. And then 次 means times. And then 方, it literally means square. But it's also the action for this kind of calculation of the to the power of something. Because when you do to the power of 2, it's using a line to make a square and calculate this square, right? And then if it's to the power of 3, it's using that line to make a cube and calculate this cube, right? And you can see when it's a square, it's 2 times the line. If it's a cube, it's 3 times the line. So the Chinese name for this calculation is just the literal description of that. It's just square 2 times or 3 times, and then you can even go up high 1,000 times. It's still described in the same way. And then another complicated example, when you describe equations in English, for example, this one is called ternary quadratic equation, right? So first, I need to know at least 2 more ways to describe the same set of digits, and then know what each way means. And then I would know, ternary here means that there are 3 variables, and then quadratic means the highest power calculation is to the power of 2. But to be honest, quadratic makes me think about the digit 4, not 2. So that's very not straightforward at all, in my opinion. But this kind of equation, in Chinese, in Mandarin, it would just be 三元二次方程. 方程 means equation, and you already know that 三 means 3, 二 means 2, right? 元 means variables. 次 means times. So it's straightforwardly describing that in this equation, there are 3 variables, and the highest power calculation is to the power of 2. So usually, when we learn math, even at a very young age, even learning some advanced part of algebra, usually we don't need to be taught what a name means. Usually it's just we look at a name, we immediately know what it means, or at least know what its possibilities. And then it's just a little bit clarification, and then that's it. Okay, that is today's video about math and Chinese. I hope you find it useful. I hope you like it. And if you like it, if you like what I'm doing, please leave a like and subscribe. I usually talk about Mandarin here and sometimes share some fun facts about China. And I hope to see you in the next video. Bye bye.